I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
This is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock, episode number 137.
Woo!
And feels like 500, but that's okay.
Well, it's probably been 500 days. I'm sure it's been more than that.
Yeah, a lot more than that.
Way more. No, 1,500.
You know, it's nice.
We only do this every 2 weeks.
I know.
Yeah, but we started in 18.
And not even every 2 weeks at that.
Sometimes there's technical issues,
I know.
I'm sometimes working on it 5 days a week, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
I hear you.
We appreciate it, Frank.
Yeah,
we do.
That's why I think it takes so long.
Yeah.
2 things to talk about. First, have either of you seen any of the video of Lizzie Hale singing with Skid Row?
Oh, no. I read about that. That she was gonna. Is she touring with them?
She's touring with them. They've played 2 shows.
I have not seen any of the video.
Go to YouTube or Blabbermouth or whatever. I'm not a huge Hailstorm fan, so I don't know their music.
No, but she's got pipes for days.
I was just gonna say, she is no slouch. They picked the right person to step in for the time being. Wow. I don't know if it's all temporary until maybe Sebastian comes back. Maybe he doesn't. Doesn't matter.
She could probably sing circles around that too.
That's just it. She is so far absolutely nailing it.
Yeah, I do not doubt that one bit.
All right. Hey, we've got a real cool show tonight. We're gonna pick our top 3 ELO songs.
Great revisit. Yep.
Right. And then Jim has us going back and listening and revisiting Joshua Tree from YouTube. And interesting. I have a few things going on with that. Not bad, not great, but I think you'll be enlightened a little bit.
You're just being Frank.
Just being Frank.
Yeah.
Second thing I want to talk about.
Expect nothing less.
Exactly.
And this goes back and it will revisit again with U2. What is more important, Jerry, in a song? Lyrics or melody?
Well, the melody brings you in. But I love The Who so much for Pete's lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to ask me if we're just sponging on U2, I couldn't tell you the lyrics. I might the big hits. I might not know.
Right.
But the melody is what brings you into the song. Now you can listen and hear what he's saying. So that's a good question. I love The Who, obviously because of the music, but Pete's lyrics, I just love them. I love them. So maybe I didn't answer your question, but for me, for sure, the melody brings you in, makes you listen to it. The more you listen to it, I wonder what the words are. Or, in our day, you turn the album over, read the liner notes, and see what the words were. But to me, as far as importance, I'd say the melody to get you in. Because you can have wonderful lyrics and some stupid music behind it. You're not going to listen to it again.
Okay.
Just my
Jim.
Yeah.
All right. Jim, what do you think?
No.
Well, I listen to different things for different reasons. Some bands I really listen to because of the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably the melody. It's probably how would I say this? The sonic quality of the song.
Okay.
The way it's produced, the way it sounds. If it's pleasing to the ear, it will draw me in. I might not have a clue what the lyrics are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But then there's stuff I listen to just because maybe because it's ultra aggressive, right? And the lyrics are maybe secondary. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And I'm gonna flip it just a little bit. I'm gonna ask you then, how many #1 instrumental albums can you name? Especially in rock genre.
I was just gonna say Frank Mills, Music Box Dancer, 1979. That was huge, but that wasn't an album. That was a song.
Marvin Hamlish, The Sting.
Okay,
There
not
you
a rock
go.
album. It was excellent.
Not
excellent
rock, but it was on top.
Yeah.
I think maybe top the pop
Yeah,
charts.
it was a soundtrack. Excellent.
Yeah.
Uh,
I still listen to music like Dancer by Frank Mills.
Yeah. Now I
I
think
love that
melody and the music is so important. But I'm wondering,
You gotta
if
have
you
words.
don't
Yeah.
have lyrics to tie it together, is anybody going to buy it? Is anybody going to really continue to listen?
Huh.
We just have music in the elevator. You're familiar with all these songs.
Well, Beethoven's Fifth. That was a big song.
well,
No
I
word. But
I
then
listened to a bunch of shredders
it
in
was,
the
it was a
80s,
copy.
right?
Well,
Mhm.
Like the Joe Satriani's, the
yeah, stop Johnny.
right, tons of those kinds of albums, right? But nobody's buying those records. I mean, other than other guitar players, nobody's buying that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody just wants to hear people shred, First
Somebody
thing
like-
Dave Malmsteen album, right? Rising
That's
Force.
funny.
Went out and bought that. But it's got two tracks on there with vocals,
Mhm.
right? But it was an anomaly. You bought it to see what all the hubbub was about.
Sure.
Right.
You want to hear him shred. Someone like Satriani, he plays the lyrics because you can hum his
does.
solos.
Steve
My
Vai, same way.
Yep.
It's all about melody for Vai.
Right.
My favorite Satriani album is Flying in a Blue Dream, and that's the one he sings on.
Yeah.
So what
Okay. Well, just curious. I mean, I really
No,
do.
that's a very
You guys
good question. Yeah.
are spot on. You can't. A song is nothing without a melody. But
No,
some
it
songs
draws-
are nothing without lyrics when you get down to it. I always go back to like the Beatles, Paul McCartney, beautiful music, but without, say, when I'm 64, without those lyrics, are you going to be humming that tune forever, or are you humming the lyrics also?
I'm humming the lyrics.
Well, who was the band that did Tub Thumping?
Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
That's got completely ridiculous lyrics.
Mhm.
And it just repeats the same thing kind of
Right.
over and over again, but it sucks you in like nobody's business.
Yeah,
It's
it does.
catchy as heck.
It sure does. It sure is too. Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
I get knocked down. But
Right?
I get up again. Never gonna give it up.
Real quick, I appreciate that input. I talked to Jeff Brenneman today. He had a surgery on his eye, on his left eye.
Sending love, Jeffrey.
It was a success,
Oh, good.
according to what they told him at the doctor's office.
Oh, good. I was going to reach out to him today and just say, hey, how did it go? He said 1:00, so I had no idea how long he'd be
Christina did a post. That's his wife, folks on Conspiracy Night.
Okay.
She did a post. He can't look
okay.
at any screens. He
No.
can't look at any. He can't. He's going
Yeah.
to be in the dark. So I
Yeah,
just
he-
said,
he called
send
me
our
up.
love. Yeah.
And said, I can't do anything. So I want to let you
Yeah.
know. So I
Yeah.
wanted to, see how that was going.
Bless his
The
heart.
surgery itself is gruesome. I won't get into the details. You can, if you're friends with him on Facebook or
Yeah, you'll know. Yeah,
check
you'll
it
know
out.
what happened.
He put in detail of what they did, and it's just
Yeah, it's a little
I'm glad
graphic.
it went well.
yes, and I hope it's
Excellent.
a success in the future for him as well.
Yeah.
So, and the reason I bring him up, not just because he's a friend of ours, but we're talking about ELO and U2, a couple of his favorites tonight. So it's kind of
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he was a U2 guy.
he likes
Neither
it.
did
I did.
I.
I'm going to be honest. I kind of picked ELO just for him.
Very good. Very good.
That was a great pick I made because when I started going through all the tunes, I'm like going, oh yeah. So well done.
Just a funny note on that. When he called me, he told me, he says, they knock you out and it's in twilight. So you're back and forth, you're in and out. And he says he swears when he woke up, because they were playing a classic rock station. He swears that he heard a Journey song when he woke up, and he's like, no, not anybody but Journey.
You see Brenneman. You see Brenneman. That's what
All
you
right.
get.
So Jeffrey,
Yeah.
we wish you well and speedy recovery.
Yeah,
Speedy
absolutely.
recovery, our friend. Yeah.
Yep. Do a quick mail call. How about from 2018, Joe Bonamassa and Redemption? You talk about blues, rock, jazz. I don't know if you're familiar with Joe or not. This is a
Not really.
oh, iTunes, check out Redemption. It's got horns, it's got backup
love a good horn
singers, it's
section.
boogie
Yeah.
woogie.
Okay.
And this is my
No,
favorite of his.
Yeah.
And he is an
He does.
excellent singer. And his guitar
can play.
playing he is a stud when it comes to guitar playing. It's a 2 LP set.
Wow.
With, it's just 10, 11 songs, but it's a thick 180 gram bit here as well. So, but,
isn't he the guy that's buying up all the classic Fender amplifiers or
I
something
think
like
so.
that?
He's
got like
quite
a, I don't know,
quite the
gazillion
geek.
of them.
Yeah, he has quite a collection. So that's a mail call. Joe Bonamassa, check it out. And that is I think orange vinyl. I haven't even opened it yet. I listened to this. It's in my playlist on iTunes. So I'll throw it on the turntable some night when I'm here and the gummies kick in. So
Hey,
that
there you
being
go.
said,
Yeah,
man. Jerry, what do you have for us tonight?
Yes, sir, Jim and Frank and folks out in Conspiracy Land. This is wonderful. We have a revisit from episode 129 by the fantastic Desert Undertones. They have a neat little 2-song EP out. The song Frank's going to spin is Massacre Canyon off the EP Massacre Canyon. We still got Dylan Oldham guitar, Christopher Marshall bass, Kurt Pleiss drums, and all recordings. And just a quick recap, Desert Undertones is an instrumental surf rock band from Tucson, Arizona. Their sound is rooted in classic 60s surf and further shaped by artists riding the wave of surf music's resurgence after the release of Pulp Fiction. They blend it with the side of spaghetti western, a touch of Latin, and the requisite dose of moody reverb and drenched tones. So thank you, Desert Undertones, for getting back to us. They got a new stuff. It came out May 1st, so 20 days ago. And again, the song Frank's going to play is Massacre Canyon by the Desert Undertones. Thank you, guys.
All right, there's Desert Undertones with Massacre Canyon. Jim, what are your thoughts?
Are you even serious?
I know you love it.
Isn't
Look.
that just
Like I'm gonna tell you my thoughts. Okay.
Mm.
When it first started out, that intro, I'm all like, oh, this is like some kind of spaghetti Western thing.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Then once it kicks in, now picture this 1960s Italian spy film.
Right.
This is the end credits,
Yep.
right? Our hero,
yeah.
our hero is sitting in an Alfa Romeo Dolce Spider,
Oh.
jamming down the road
Wind in his hair.
with like a Sophia Loren type sitting
Next to him.
and you only see him from the back, right, as the car is going, and the credits start rolling down all the way to the end.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
Very good.
Yeah.
I was
beautiful. I'm buying this.
very good. I was
absolutely loved it.
It's beautiful.
When you see the album cover, and he is a guy on a horse with a rifle, and there's fog on the ground, and he's bolting through the canyon. I'm writing this movie in my head as the song's playing, because I can visualize the massacre taking place. Yeah, look at there you go, Jerry. And then, like you said, riding off into the sunset. And somewhere in my mind, I just think Marty Robbins is smiling as well.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because it just had that flavor to it as well. It is just drenched with
guitar
goodness.
slung over his shoulder and
There you
still
go.
plugged in. It's
Yeah.
still plugged in. Oh, it's beautiful.
I just
Thank
listened
you.
to Marty Robbins.
All right.
Thank you.
Love
thank
Marty
you,
Robbins.
Desert Undertones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Desert Undertones, very much.
That was great.
Oh man.
Yeah, they reached out and said, "Hey, we have a new one coming out. Here it is. Check it out." I ran over to Bandcamp, picked up. I think it's 2 songs on there. I picked it up.
Two,
Gotta have this. Yeah, have to have this. So
Yeah.
they do
that's
not
just-
disappoint.
No, they do not. Thank you, Desert Undertones. Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about ELO and our top 3 songs from the
I
band.
mean, what a revisit. Wow.
Is Jeff Lynne a treasure or what?
Evidently.
Yeah.
And aside from ELO, to me, in my personal opinion, folks on Conspiracy Land, he's the one that got George Harrison out of the doldrums and says, "Hey, you need to get back in the studio. You need to, and he produced his albums, Cloud 9, got him into Wilburys. So Jeff Lynne is a treasure. Sorry for bogarting that, guys, but
do me a favor,
Yeah.
Jerry. Remind me to bring up George Harrison when we talk about U2.
Okay.
Just saw a hilarious video, but
I saw that video.
anyways, ELO.
Let me just say this: 50 million albums sold.
Is that amazing or what?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. And there's some incarnation of the band still out there playing live. I know Jeff Lynne pops around from time to time.
Well, we know Landy just passed. He was the keyboard guy.
Yeah.
So there's 2. There's Jeff Lynne's ELO touring and ELO touring. Frank, is that like Jack Russell's Great White and then Great White?
That's messy.
I not
Yeah.
not even sure of what incarnations are out there.
Yeah.
I have seen Jeff Lynne's name attached, so hopefully it's just.
I think the last 2 albums it says Jeff Lynne's in small, and then
ELO.
ELO. Yeah.
All right, well, going with that, Jerry, how about you? Do you have 3 favorites? Let's talk
I
about
sure
it.
do. And this one of them was such a treat. Hold On Tight,
Nice.
Mr. Blue Sky. And this biggest revisit I have forgotten about, guys. Telephone Line.
Telephone line.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, very good.
And that might have been right along the lines of maybe having a crush for the first time or
There you
something.
go. Okay.
So Telephone Line gets me to this day.
Good.
And of course, there's hundreds of tunes. There's I go right off the bat what pops in and what pops out.
Okay.
So
You gonna reveal that crush?
I can't remember. I'm trying to remember.
Well, later.
I'd have to see what when it came out and what grade I was in, then I would
Right.
know.
That would make more sense. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it seems to me, I remember like, please pick up that telephone. Please,
let it go on.
no one's answering, and it's not folks out in conspiracy land. If you're under 50, it's
Yeah, but then when they pick up, you hang up.
yeah.
Sometimes.
or ask them if they have Prince Albert in a can, and then
Right.
just they will let them out. Yeah.
They love it when you do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a way to
They
reel them
do.
in right there.
They do. Oh yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that back in episode 92, we did a different format, but we talked about ELO's discovery. So that was where I started, but went back, and 1973, right? No, 1979, excuse me.
Oh,
1979. And
that sounds more correct.
yeah, the song that I picked from that one was Don't Bring Me Down.
Yeah.
Love hard
Still
rock
gets
song.
massive airplay.
Yes.
Bruce.
From 73 was On the Third Day, and the song was Mama Mama Bell. Love that tune. If you go back and listen to it, it's just a rocker. And they were all about that at that time. And then 77, Out of the Blue, the song is Turn to Stone.
Oh,
love that.
Yep.
Song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those are my three favorites.
nearly made mine.
Very good.
Same here,
Well, let's talk about yours, Jim.
Okay.
Hammond and Han.
These are my top three, and I'm going in reverse order here. Number 3, Can't Get It Out of My Head.
Very good.
Number 2 is the very first ELO song I can ever remember hearing. I don't even remember the year, but it's Showdown.
Okay.
I just remember seeing them on like Mike Douglas or something, and they had these guys with cellos back there and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were trying to explain, like, well, these guys are just sidemen; they're not really part of the band.
In the band, right?
And my all-time favorite ELO song, "Do Ya?"
Oh yeah, Do Ya? Very good. And that's one of those songs that's been re-recorded by several bands, and it never ever reaches that level of what ELO did to
I don't know, like every cover song I hear, I love. I think it's because I love the song so much.
Yeah.
Ace redid that, and I love Ace's version, and that's why I didn't pick it on this. I've been so. I think that might have been Trouble Walking, Frank. I'm not sure.
Yep, believe
but
so.
my head is full of Ace's version for the last 10, 15 years. Easy. So when I went back to listen to it, it's, it's just
softer,
weird.
huh?
It's a little different. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a little more musical.
On it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I still listen to his version, but I listen to the original version too.
Same here. This is a great revisit, Jim.
Yes.
Thank you for bringing that stuff up. I listened to a lot of tunes from it. I was like, man, I forgot about this. Man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they had something like, what was it, like 20 songs in the top 10 in the UK and 15 songs in the top 20 in the US. I mean, just
tons.
You started going through like all the songs. It's like, oh, that was a hit. That was a hit. That was a hit. Just unbelievable, the number of songs.
You look at their albums and you may not be familiar with all of the albums, but when you look at the songs on the albums, they've all got hits on them.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. 2, 3 per album.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. One on this one, 3 on that one.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Mr. Blue Sky is I don't care how bad you're feeling. You put that tune on, you're happy.
Yeah.
Shoot, Desert Undertones already got me happy. I'll be happy the rest of the night.
Yeah, hi man. Yeah.
All right.
And thank you again. That was cool of them. Just, hey, we got some new stuff out.
Reach out and let us know.
Thank you guys.
Loved
it. Yeah.
They delivered for sure.
Oh, that was
song.
That's
all right. I've got the next pick and I'll reveal it later for classic album and our top 3 songs. So hang tight for that. But right now, I want to talk about Them Elephants. That's the brainchild of Alex Charlo. They were formed in early 2022 out of the San Francisco Bay Area. Alex is a multi-instrumentalist and former bassist for the indie rock band The Gold Medalist. The band is influenced by the Kinks, the Beach Boys, the Sonics, as well as the raw energy of the 90s alternative rock scene. Them Elephants, they infuse their music with a modern blues sensibility. Their debut album was released in 2023, and it's available on Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, and every other outlet you can think of. The song I'm going to play for you tonight is called Lady, and their eagerly awaited album, and this is what was cool, is the new album is called Come Calling. It's actually going to be released on May 23rd. Alex sent me a advanced copy of that, and he said, if you want to play that, that's fine. If you want to play Lady, that's fine. I honestly could not pick one song off the new album that I didn't love. So I said, I'm going to go with my first pick, which is off the original debut album, and the song is called Lady.
Smile at me and beckon me your way. I walked on over and leaned closely into you. That's when you turned away and threw me attitude, and I said, lady, what you thinking, what you doing? Why you thinking you fooling? Come on. Woo. Later on that night you threw me in the rise. I turned around just to be sure I realized that you were calling me and flinging out your hair. But when I walked on over you weren't being fair, and I said, lady, what you thinking, what you doing? Why you thinking you fooling? I'm at a loss for words, I don't know what to do. You keep on calling me but never see it through. Hey, I could just give up and admit we're not a match. Hey, but every time I do, you snare me in your trap, and I say, lady, what you thinking, what you doing? Why you thinking you fooling? What you thinking, what you doing? Why you thinking you fooling?
Them Elephants with Lady. What do you say, Jerry?
Love it. Love that
So-
keyboard. Love that fuzz guitar. Drums are well out front. I like that little melody. That ooh, ooh, ooh. Them Elephants is a thumbs up for me. I
Very
like
good.
that fat bass line.
All right.
Well done.
Good deal. Jim,
Yeah.
what do you say?
I like that.
That chorus is catchy as heck.
Isn't it? It's in my
Yes,
head right now.
absolutely. Love the bass line in this.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely fantastic. We got 3 really good bass players tonight. Oh,
All right.
Right?
you know how that sits with me.
Yep.
Yeah, we know.
And
my man.
loved that guitar tone during the solo.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
the
yeah.
fuzz.
I forgot to mention. Yeah,
Yeah, fuzzy as heck when it started out, but man, that was a thick tone there.
Yeah,
it was.
in the solo.
I would say they weren't lying when they said they had some 60s influence to them.
No,
Nah,
yes,
they weren't lying. No.
there was some actual Kinks moments in there.
Yes.
Yeah, a little Austin Powers moment in there too.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah,
Ming T.
Yes.
Thanks, Jaime. That's
Right on the money.
That's exactly it.
Yep. Them Elephants, you can check them out, like I said, on Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your music. The new album will be out on the 23rd. Check that one out as well. But get their debut. It's still hot and spinning. Check it out. All right. Let's see. Why don't we go ahead and jump into you too, Jim?
Why don't we?
Yeah.
I've got 12 facts
Oh boy. I knew you were
about
excited.
the Joshua Tree. I was gonna go for 20, and I thought, no, that's just way too freaking long. So here we go. Yeah, I just stopped at 12. So number one, released in March of 1987.
Okay.
It is the band's 5th studio album, influenced by American and Irish roots music. Spawned 4 US singles. With or Without You, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, Where the Streets Have No Name, and In God's Country. Album received critical acclaim and is held up as one of the greatest albums ever recorded.
Beautifully produced.
I can see the smirk on your face already. One of the best-selling albums of all time. Sold 25 million copies.
I had no idea.
Topped the charts in 20 different countries.
Yeah.
Fastest-selling album in British history. It's their best-selling album.
Wow.
They never topped this.
Yeah, I could dig that.
10 million copies in the US alone.
I had no idea.
So now you already know way more than you ever wanted to know about Joshua Tree.
Which is okay.
Now let's go back just for a second, Jim, if we could, to my initial question at the first part of the show about lyrics or melody. And what's more important on this album? Or are they just both equally important?
I think it's both for me.
Okay. For you.
Same here. I would agree 100%.
Okay.
Because you can hear what he's saying.
So crystal clear. I I'm not a great U2 fan, and I've never given them the biggest chance either.
What did he say, Jaime?
Yeah.
Shocking.
The first 5 or 6 songs are all very, very, very familiar, of course.
Oh yeah.
But when I listened to them this go around, I gave them my full attention. And Bono's,
what you didn't do for War, I guess.
No, not really. It wasn't the same type of album. This album, the first 5 songs, I'll say, listening to Bono sing is like putting on a nice warm blanket on a cold, rainy day. His voice is so soothing, and almost like, dare I say, for this album, the perfect rock and roll voice, because you hear and you feel his emotion in these lyrics. The music, okay, I'm not into all the delays and the edge and all his style.
That's his thing, though. That's his thing. Yeah.
Well, exactly. It doesn't do it for me. I mean, you've heard it once. Apparently, this time I heard it 11 times. It's the same thing, but it fits. Don't get me wrong. But after 5 songs, the album takes kind of a halt, because I'm so familiar with those first 4 and 5 songs that were on the radio so much. The rest of them, they're all slower tunes also, and they're a lot more emotional, but yet they didn't grab me as much as the first 4 and 5 songs.
They get you right away.
Yeah. What I didn't do is pull up the track listing here, which I usually
I got him handy.
Yeah.
I would have never known In God's Country was a single. I'm not.
Me either.
That got an insane amount of airplay too.
Yeah,
I
and
had something else.
I must have been at that time as soon as I heard anything from them turning it off, because I don't recall that.
I don't
So
either.
I will tell you this. Of the 11 songs that are on here, first one is Where the Streets Have No Name, which you couldn't
Mhm.
get away from.
Nope.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That was a video of them playing on top of the roof in LA, right?
Yep. I got unplugged. Yep.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for. With or without
Like-
you, Bullet the Blue Sky, Running to Stand Still, Red Hill Mining Town, In God's Country, Trip Through Your Wires. I heard every single One Tree Hill. So that's 9 out of the 11 songs that I heard on the radio at one time.
Oh, yeah.
So they were getting a
Well-
lot of airplay besides just the single.
Well, of course they were. They were the band at the time. That's the thing.
They were the band.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot take that away from them. But like I said, these other songs, I don't recall them. I listened to them maybe 3 times, 4 times this go around, and
Well, that's a lot for you. Congratulations.
Well, the production of this album is so
is
outstanding.
yeah.
It-
Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois. So
yeah. And like Jerry said,
can't go
everything-
wrong with those two guys.
No,
No.
the production and the lyrics are so crystal clear. You don't need the lyric sheet to
No,
try
you
to figure out
don't.
what he's saying.
No,
because
you do not. Not
he's
this.
enunciating, he's singing, everything. And like I said, something about the emotion in his voice was welcomed this go around.
Makes it legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first side though does seem kind of packed with all the singles.
Oh yeah.
The
They
big
loaded
ones.
up.
Yeah. Jerry, what's your take on this album? And what do you have a favorite tune?
Yes, I do. But Frank, what was the deal with you two and George Harrison? You said to bring that
Okay.
up.
I just saw this today, and I don't remember now. Was it he was talking to Jeff Lynne or somebody? But George Harrison couldn't stand U2.
He just ripped them.
He said they are the epitome of what's wrong with music in 1998 because they are all ego and no talent as far as a band goes. He said their songs do nothing for him. And of course,
Wow. Well, you know.
Bono came back and had a retort at a concert, basically, and gave him the bird and said, here's what we think of you. And
You
George
can't
actually-
flip off a Beatle.
Well,
No,
George
I
said,
don't care.
though,
Yeah. Not even Pete Best. Don't even flip off
George-
Pete Best.
George said anybody who listens to U2 is drivel just as well because they don't know what they're missing out on good music.
Really?
And Bono said at this
Really?
concert, "Hey, George Harrison thinks you guys are a bunch of idiots for coming here." It was
Went
just-
home and burned their Beatle records again.
I doubt that, but yeah,
If you want to hear somebody that doesn't mince words, look up Henry Rollins talking about you.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I love
Oh,
Henry
yeah.
Rollins. Yeah.
Henry Rollins. I do too. That guy's a
Boy, he just hated them.
Anyways, that is what George Harrison said about it. Thanks for reminding me, Jerry, because
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, to get back to your question,
hilarious.
Frank, my fave is Bullet the Blue Sky.
Okay.
And I had forgotten about that, Jaime. And as soon as it came on, it like 3 seconds in, I'm going, oh yeah,
Mhm.
just I don't want to know, haunting bass line.
Right.
I love Bullet the Blue Sky, and I think the reason I didn't pick any of the others is just oversaturation.
Right.
I always loved Bullet the Blue Sky, always, since the first time I heard it. So, yeah, and then my least favorite is the Exit. Just
Okay.
I just have in my pen. Nope.
Nope.
Which was song 10, and then 11 was Mothers of the Disappeared.
Yeah.
So we have
Nope.
that.
That
Complete
was a tough
travesty.
listen for me. those last
Yeah,
couple songs.
you ain't kidding, brother. Yeah, that was.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my favorite song, and I actually, like I said, enjoyed it more now than the 1 million times I've already heard it. But Where the Streets Have No Name I listened to that. I put that on repeat for about 3 or 4 times before I went to the rest of the album. It had
That's-
such an amazing quality to it.
Well,
So
Well,
that's
like
my
Jaime
favorite.
says, sonically, it's
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you listening to the remastered version?
Whatever's on iTunes here. So
Yeah,
it's-
probably.
same here. I mean, whatever's on iTunes,
Yeah.
and then they'll always have the OG, and then they'll have one with 13 extra songs.
Right.
So you got to keep scrolling.
Simply
But
amazing.
$10 a month, I'll take it.
Yep. What about you, Jim?
Boy, it was hard to pick a favorite. I really like this record. I was In God's Country because it's the only song that's under 3 minutes.
Yeah. That's short.
Wait,
I forgot how long all the songs are on this
Yeah.
record. Close second would be Trip to Your Wires.
Good song too.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
With or Without You is probably still a fave. I like the whole album overall. I don't know if there's anything on here that I would say like I hate that tune.
All right. Very good. Well, it was a good re-listen because, like I said,
it was.
I've never given them a fair shake, album by album, as you go along. So to take this one and just concentrate on it for me, it was a good listen.
Yeah.
By and large, their singles are pretty much can't miss.
Right.
I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure they've got live albums out, and I've seen plenty of stuff online, whatnot.
Sure.
I don't know if it's as sonically, amazing as the studio album is, because this thing it just blew me away. It really did.
Yeah, it's loaded. It's loaded.
Yeah.
They were firing on all cylinders. As
They were firing
say.
on cylinders. At that point.
Absolutely. They all were.
I was reading about how they did this and like where they recorded it, and then when they were getting ready to shoot the album cover, they sent a photographer over to the US, and he was traveling around looking for locations. I'm like, who's got that kind of dough to
Well, you
to
too
do
did.
that, right? They were traveling all over the Mojave Desert for like a few days and
Wow.
Yep.
going all over the place, and then they didn't know what a Joshua tree was until the photographer told them, like, hey, there's this cool tree called a Joshua tree, and he told them the story of how it looks like Joshua and this and that, and they were totally intrigued by it, and so that was how they ended up with the cover. But I'm thinking, like, man, that would be like thousands and thousands of dollars to go.
I didn't know that.
Obviously, not an indie band at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they had made a couple of ducats.
And I think I've made comments in the past that the reason, because of the activism of Bono, that's probably why I've turned to not giving them a fair shake. But I went into, this is a band, this is a record, take the politics out of what he says at a show and at the pulpit and on the soapbox and everything else, and separate that.
Agree.
Yep, agreed. What do you guys think of It Might Get Loud with Jimmy Page, Edge, and Jack White?
Jack White. Awesome documentary.
Yeah,
It's
I thought it was
fantastic.
kind of an odd pairing.
Very odd.
It was not a pairing, but a
Same here.
little bit of an odd group together. But
Yeah, an odd group.
the thing you can say about the Edge, whether you like his playing or not, it's extremely distinctive. He's got his own thing going on.
That's him.
You
As
know
soon as you hear it.
immediately when you hear it.
Well,
Yep.
and,
So I
and
mean, kudos to him for just doing his own thing and doing.
that's what made
doing
that
something.
I think-
documentary so.
I think that's why I mentioned
unique.
it. Yeah, because that's
Jack
where he.
White.
Yeah, where
He
Edge came
sounds-
into his delay and shit.
stuff.
They each have a very distinct sound,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
but yet they all have the same love of the same music.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a great documentary. I enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
it's fantastic. I watch
yeah.
it on YouTube every.
I love when you get, like, say, Jack White. I've been a White Stripes fan forever, but
That
when
guy's
you
a
get-
trip.
he's a
He is
very unique individual.
Yeah.
But when you see him, just him and Edge both watching Jimmy Page play, the fan in them cannot be
He does.
contained.
Right.
He does that intro to Ramble On, where
Yeah.
he does the melody real light and then switches pickups and
Yeah.
they all just look at him like
And amazing.
lovingly, like,
Yeah.
oh wow.
I think that's what the smiles on their face, both of them, as But yet Jimmy Page was doing the same thing. He was like, how did he do that? How did you do that?
Well, he does that one thing where he goes, "You show that's a C chord,"
Right.
and the Edge just goes, "So it's a punk rock C."
Right.
So they're all just like Frank says, it's effing Jimmy Page,
Yeah.
and he's looking
Right.
at Edge, and he's looking at Jack White, going, "Oh."
Well worth the
It's
watch.
like,
Yeah.
wow, yeah,
Yeah, it was
Sorry to-
cool. It was a cool doc.
that was really cool.
Very good. All right. The Joshua Tree. You too. My goodness. Great revisit, Jim. Great pick.
87. Well
Thanks.
done, Jaime.
Glad
Yep.
you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while we're at it, Jim, why don't you go ahead and turn us on to some new music?
Okay. Well, band we have featured on the show before, Lunchbox, out of Oakland, California, Tim Brown and Donna McKeon. They've got a new album out on Slumberland Records, Pop and Circumstance. They're releasing 3 albums this month.
Lordy.
Yeah, right? Weirdly. The song we're going to hear, so this is the first one that's come out, not the other 2 still waiting on, but the song we're going to hear off of this record is called This World. And so go ahead and drop the needle in the groove, Frank.
All right.
Miles to go. I don't wanna take it slow. I'm going back before to a place I know. Yesterday, a friend said they couldn't stay. They've gone away. It's no good in this world. Anyway, I've only got blue skies in front of me. Don't you ask me where I've gone and where I'll be. When you find me, I'll be laughing, wait and see. Winds may blow, but I don't really wanna know. There's signs to show there's still love in this world. I've only got blue skies in front of me. Don't you ask me where I've gone and where I'll be. When you find me, I'll be laughing, wait and see. Don't intend to take my heart. It's only ever fall apart in this world. This world. In this world. In this world.
There's Lunchbox with This World. And I don't remember what our comments were the last time we played them, but that sounds like a 70s TV show if ever there was one.
That's just Rhoda or
Yeah,
something.
Isn't that great?
That's great, Jim.
Yeah.
You just picture Mary Tyler Moore doing circles out in the
There
street.
you go.
Right,
I'm looking forward to
right.
that.
Doing the pogo. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun
Wow.
song. Yeah.
I love that.
And so
That's
3
just-
albums they're going to be releasing in
Yeah. This first one is on I think it's bubblegum pink vinyl.
Nice.
And you can buy all 3 of them up front, bundle it for like $55. Otherwise, I think they're like 20 bucks a record or something like
Wow.
that.
And
You can find them on Bandcamp under Lunchbox, or you can find them on Slumberland Records at their website. Or Slumberland, I
and-
believe has a
yeah.
Bandcamp also. So
And iTunes.
Okay. Oh yeah. Very good.
what did
We'll
I
have to-
say? 3 amazing bass players tonight.
Yeah.
That's
God.
yeah. This must be bass night or
Yeah,
something.
very good. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice big fat bottom.
That's just this. Oh yeah, that's just folks in conspiracy land. When Frank spins it, we go to the album cover for the show, but we still see us three like we're sitting here now. And man,
Yeah, we are bebopping that whole time.
Playing here in LA on the 23rd. So if we get this out
Oh.
tomorrow, I think they're playing Thursday night. So
Thursday night's 23rd. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Very good.
look it up.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's Lunchbox. Check it out.
God, that's good.
All right. Let's talk about what we're gonna revisit in
Your
our top
classic,
three
Frank,
songs.
and your favorite three. Yes, sir.
All right. Now we've talked about this album in passing and several times, but we haven't done it in this
No, we had different formats. Yeah.
different formats. But this is the
Yeah.
first time we're going to talk about it in a revisit.
Uh-huh.
How about 1978's Foreigner Double Vision? Chock full of
Ooh.
hits. One of my favorite Foreigner albums.
That's their second album, I believe.
Yep.
We got Keith Olsen, Mick Jones, and Ian McDonald as the producers. Check it out. Back when they all got along.
Great pick.
Yes. So throw that on and listen to it.
Yeah. Next album.
Still touring.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not any of those guys, but
No.
they're
No.
still, they're
Oh,
still
I-
touring.
Didn't they make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year? Weren't
They
inducted
did.
finally. Yeah.
They had Lou Graham and Mick Jones on stage together or whatever, which was cool, I thought, or at least backstage. So,
Okay.
yeah, I've said it before, folks, on Conspiracy Land, and to you two gentlemen, I will put up Foreigner's first four against any band's first four albums.
Right.
That's saying something, man.
They're solid.
That is.
Yep.
Yep. No sophomore jinx here, guys.
I
If you had to pick Foreigner's first four up against Van Halen's first four,
Oh, well, yeah. Let's see.
Two
One,
completely
women and children
styles.
first. Fair warning. Oh,
well, I guarantee you Foreigner had more radio hits.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to pick the mood. Jaime, you're in.
Right. Yeah.
okay.
Am
How about
I
the
in
Cars?
Panorama,
I'll take
Heartbeat
Foreigner.
City, Shake It Up. I would take. Oh, guys, I love my Cars.
Candy O.
That's number 2. Panorama is number 3. To me, to this day, I hear "Give Me Some Slack." Oh God, I just love it, and that's the one me and Mundo went to. We went to
Yeah.
that tour. That's good, guys. It has to be a mood. Has to be a mood you're in.
Well, we'll talk
You know,
about it.
Yes,
next
we
That's
will.
time.
right. You ain't
Okay.
kidding.
And how about your
Yep.
top 3 songs? Let's pick a band. We don't really give much love on this show. Let's go with our top 3 ZZ Top songs.
Oh,
Let's give Texas some love, shall we?
I like it, Frank.
All right.
I can do that.
Okay. And that's what I love out of Texas. There's 2 things that I love about Texas, Ronnie Barnett and ZZ Top. Other than that,
Oh,
I don't like
man,
their spiders
know-
and their humidity, and
no love
Yeah.
for Stevie Ray Vaughan.
he's long gone. I always loved Stevie
Yeah,
Ray
all
Vaughan,
right.
but you
Yeah,
know,
but Jaime, with Ronnie Barnett in the picture, you just stop right
You
after
don't need
say it.
anything else.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
it
you
is
just
there.
say Ronnie.
don't even
Barnett.
probably really even need ZZ Top.
No, you don't. But you just need something to compare.
that's
What
right.
else is from Texas?
Right.
ZZ Top. Oh, yeah, Texas. Yeah,
And I believe Ronnie was the one that first said everything's bigger in Texas.
yeah.
We'll figure it out. So, yeah.
Plaster caster.
There you go. Now, Jerry, before we get out of here, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I do, Jim and Frank, and folks out in Conspiracy Land. Thank you so much for watching and listening. It's out there. Today's bands: Desert Undertones, Them Elephants, and Lunchbox. All quality bassists in those bands for sure. But folks, it's out there. It's out there.
Great
You
music.
know, it's out there and it's accessible, and just we appreciate you very much, and just keep rocking, folks, on Conspiracy Land. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, you know, I say everything I can during the show. So
I forgot, Jaime, he's going to do it again.
Yep, that's all I've got is stay fresh, cheese bags. Jim, what about you?
Well, if you made it this far, smash that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We'll slide in your DMs every 2 weeks or so, more or less.
Or so, yeah.
That's it.
Okay. All right, guys. I don't really have anything else. Jerry, you?
Nope.
Jim? No? All right, take us on home.
Well,
What?
no, I was going to say, take us on home. I was missing that part.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We're not complete without that. So
No, we're not.
Yeah,
was hanging.
well, shop's closed. Looked like a
No, it
freaking
was-
girl fight, man.
Mhm.
It did.
No joke.
It did. Nobody stood. Nobody braced. Nobody turned. It's just like, ugh.
Mhm.
hold, you guys ready to hold me? Because I'm.
I was
gonna,
like, oh yeah, this ain't real.